In this discussion, we're going to take a look at one of the qualities that make Power a better choice than Intel. And what we're going to focus on is number 4, which is best quality of service results in highest availability levels. And what we mean by best quality of service is a combination of very important factors such as reliability, availability, serviceability, which we typically call RAS, but also security is very important in this best quality of service. And also something that we call capacity on demand is very important, something that the Intel servers do not have. So this is what we call best quality of service. Now, as we can see on the next chart, what really differentiates the Power Platform from Intel is reliability or availability. And again, this is the latest report, 2013, from a company called x86. And they're in the business of doing surveys of customers worldwide on their availability of the different platforms. And for the 4th year in a row, IBM Power Hardware with AIX came out #1 in almost all categories. And in the case where it came out #2, it was beat out by Z in a few cases. But the point here is, as we compare it to the Intel platform, it's at least twice as reliable and twice as available as any Intel platform out there. Next chart. And this is the reason why. This is a key point that most people don't understand, but in the Power Platform, we control the entire stack, from the planar board up through the firmware, up through the hypervisor, into the logical partitions, into the workload, and even up into the software. So we build RAS, reliability, availability, serviceability, into the entire platform. As you compare that to Intel or x86, they can't do that. They can only control RAS at the hardware, firmware level. So this is a very important point to understand, and this is why we have such higher reliability than any Intel platform can have. The other quality of service that's very important is security. And again, in today's environment, security is becoming more and more important. This is actually data from, again, an analyst, Solitaire Interglobal. It's also been backed up by the National Institute of Science and Technology, which says that AIX has still has 0 intrusions in terms of any security issues reported by customers. And when you compare that to the Intel platform, 0 is a very low number. Intel cannot claim this kind of security. And again, one of the reasons is because we build security in at the firmware level, at the hardware level. So our virtual machines, our logical partitions, our controllers, our network connections, our virtual I/O is all controlled at the hardware level. This becomes almost extremely impossible to break in to the firmware and to the hardware level. So this is one of the reasons why we have such high security compared to the Intel environment. And on the next slide, we can see that the capacity on demand, which again is another quality of service that the Power Platform provides, does not exist even as a concept with Intel. In this kind of a concept, you can add processor or memory capacity on demand, either temporarily when you have certain spikes, as you can see from the chart, or permanently as your business grows. You can add this quality of service, capacity on demand, without disturbing the existing production that's taking place. Again, there is no Intel server that even has this concept of quality of service.